Hey everybody, this is Josh with Leaf. I'm here with Catherine Parenteau. Did I say that right?
That was perfect.
She's one of the best female pickleball players in the world, and we're very excited. We've signed an autograph deal with her. So she's going to have a trading card where you can get her autograph, which is really amazingly exciting. So we wanted to do a quick interview and introduce you guys to our Leaf family, to our pickleball family. So welcome to the Leaf family. It's very exciting. How does it feel to have your first trading card?
Thank you so much. It feels great. I used to collect cards as a kid. Big fan of hockey and baseball, and I remember as a kid I used to just collect as many cards as I could.
That's awesome.
So once you guys reached out to me, I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, I can get my own card of myself. That's awesome.
Yeah, so we're very excited about it as well. Now I know you played tennis in college. What got you into pickleball?
So I played tennis at Michigan State.
Okay.
And my head coach was Simone Jardim, who is currently one of the best pickleball players.
Oh wow, that's great.
And you're only eligible to compete for 4 years in college.
Right.
And my 5th year, I was just in school. I basically ran out of eligibility. I couldn't compete anymore.
Sure.
And Simone kind of saw that I was kind of sad on the sideline because I would just help out, sometimes
didn't have that competitive
run practices, but that was it. I couldn't compete anymore.
Right.
And she saw that I was kind of sad, and she's like, Catherine, why don't you come play pickleball? I tried pickleball and I love it.
That's awesome.
And I looked at her, I was like, pickleball? What is that? What kind of name is that?
Right.
So I was a little bit, weird at first about the name. For 3 weeks, I kept saying, no, not yet, I'm not ready. And then finally she asked me again, and she said, Catherine, you should really come try. You can actually play tournaments.
Wow.
I was like, oh, really? So I went there and I tried it, and I loved it, and I got hooked. And then I started in Michigan. It was pretty cold back then. It was like October, November. So we actually played indoor first time.
Okay.
And I actually got a membership and started playing in a league 3 to 4 times a week. So it was awesome.
That's very cool.
Thank you.
One of the questions we had, and I don't know if you can shed any light on this, is what do you think is making pickleball explode like it is right now? Because we looked, it's been around since like the 60s, I believe, but I never heard of it I'm 42, for 40 years I never heard of this, and all of a sudden the last 2-3 years it's all over the place.
Yeah, I think we're getting more eyeballs
for
sure on our sport.
Right.
And I think the fact that you can go out there and play with any levels, any ages. I can go out there and play with my grandfather, or I can go out there and play with a 4-year-old who can actually have a rally going. So I think that's what's super attractive to the sport.
Yeah, that's very cool. My mom, I think I told you earlier, my mom started playing pickleball. She turned 70 next week, and she's in her garage practicing. And so I do think you're right that everybody can play it. Yeah, and we also have noticed that a lot of big name celebrities have started investing in pickleball. Have you noticed that there's the competition has gotten stronger as it's gotten bigger, and what effect do you think all this attention is going to have on the sport long term?
Yes, I think some tennis players recently announced that they were actually going to stop competing tennis-wise and move into pickleball.
Okay.
So which is super cool, because we need more players. And yes, the competition is, we're getting more younger players into the game too. So it's really cool to see that.
It's very exciting for sure. What do you think the long-term future of pickleball? Do you think this eventually becomes a sport that's on ESPN, that millions of people are coming to events, kind of like what we have with tennis? Do you think it'll get to that point at some point?
I really think so. I think actually this past or 2 weekends ago, we played it in DC. And we had a 90-minute window on the PPA tour on ABC.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It was on ABC, Connor? Yeah, so on ABC, so that was super cool. Oh yeah, CBC, okay, I'll say that again.
Yeah, for sure.
So yes, two weekends ago, we played a tournament in DC on the PPA tour, and we had a 90-minute window, and it was on CBS.
Oh wow,
so I think
that's very exciting.
Slowly, it's growing, and I think most of our tournaments now that we play in, they're on Tennis Channel.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Cool.
That's very cool. Very cool. Now, from a tennis background, have you noticed that it was an easy transition, or is it okay? It's been
definitely
pretty easy.
Yes.
Okay.
I would say it was easy, maybe easier singles wise.
Okay.
Doubles a little harder.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty small court to have two people.
Yes. We have to learn how to something that it's not very natural to tennis players. The soft hands, controlling the dinks.
It's like constant net play.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
But what makes pickleball so attractive too is how quick the game is. Sometimes like the rallies, the volleys.
Right.
That's probably the fun part, the fast hands. You have to be
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
so I think the fast hands are also kind of developed from tennis as well.
Yeah, well, that's very exciting. Well, we also brought, these are 2 boxes of metal football. So these are young college and high school football players. And we figured it'd be fun for you to open a box of cards or 2 and see what you get. So if you want to, so there's these little stickers there, you can cut those and then see what you get. And you know, I know you went to Michigan State. There are a couple of Michigan State players in here potentially. I know Kenneth Walker has some autographs in here, who is the running back, and then Peyton Thorne has some autographs as well. I'm not sure if there's any other Michigan State players in here, but this is mostly a collection of just young, high school football and college football players. There's a couple that have turned pro now, and they're all autographs. So there's 5 autographs in each box. The box can be a little, no, it's okay. Sometimes it's a little challenging. Yeah. And they're all already in cases, so you don't have to worry about getting them damaged.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So it's kind of a fun product that we make.
That's awesome. Zamir
So that's
White.
Zamir White. He went to
Nice.
UGA. Yeah, he's in the NFL now.
I got Anthony Richardson.
Okay, he's the starting quarterback for the University of Florida right now.
Nice, the Gators.
Yep, exactly.
Cool. Tanner McKee.
Okay, he's the starting quarterback for Stanford right now.
Nice, awesome.
So
Chris Olakadan.
So he's a young quarterback who just started playing. He was a part of the new NIL stuff. He was a high school kid that we signed.
Nice.
And now he's in college, and you know, who
That's
knows
so
where
cool.
it's going to end up.
Kenny Pickett.
So that's
Pickett?
he's the best one to get. So he's the first round quarterback that went to University of Pittsburgh, and the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted him. So he's starting in the NFL now.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's a pretty cool card
so
for sure.
cool.
Yeah, so this is kind of an idea of what some of our cards look like. And all these cards on the back, you'll notice they're serial numbered. So like this one, there's only 15 of. This one, there's only 5 of. This one there's 40, that one there's only 5, and that one there's only 10. So these are kind of some of the idea of what some of our cards look like.
That's awesome.
And you can take this one with you and open it when you want. You're welcome, of course. So we're very excited to introduce you to the sports card market. It's going to be a blast to see how the world reacts to some pickleball players. We think it's going to be an overwhelmingly positive reaction, and you know, we can't wait to add you to the Leaf family. So we appreciate your time, and we're very excited about the partnership.
Thank you so much. I'm super excited too.
You're welcome.